These Hillary Clinton quotes are nothing short of laughable. Hillary Clinton is the last person to claim her honest thoughts about anything. So naturally, I could not help myself but to illustrate how diabolical she is in my comments concerning each of her thoughts. Your comments are welcome, both positive and negative. I do not aim to offend anyone. I am only saying what is protected speech according to my First Amendment rights. Hillary quote. There's a difference between fair game and playing games. My response. She doesn't know that there is any difference, considering her record. Hillary quote. Voting is the most precious right of every citizen, and we have a moral obligation to ensure the integrity of our voting process. My response. This is laughable coming from a Democrat, especially her, since she tried everything possible to steal the 2016 election. Hillary quote. The First Lady role is really difficult. It has no job description. You have to create it for yourself. My response. She sure did invent the First Lady job, just ask Bill. Hillary quote. Part of diplomacy is to open different definitions of self-interest. My response. This certainly was her method when as Secretary of State she murdered Muammar Gaddafi in the street like a stray dog. Hillary quote. There is nothing fast or easy about diplomacy. I have no illusions about that. My response. True, her handling of almost everything as Secretary of State was an absolute train wreck. Hillary quote. I believe in transparency. My response. She obviously has no clue what the word transparency means. Hillary quote. It's impossible to know what happens in the fog of war. My response. Well, when you engage in war or any confrontation and at the same time cause confusion by propaganda or other means, understanding what is happening becomes impossible. Hillary quote. I am not going to comment on what I did or did not say back in the late 90s. My response. That makes sense, because trying to accurately remember what you lied about 20 years ago is difficult. Hillary quote. One of my goals upon becoming Secretary of State was to take diplomacy out of capitals, out of government offices, into the media, into the streets of countries. My response. This is exactly what she did in Libya when she had Muammar Gaddafi murdered in the street in broad daylight in order to prevent him from selling oil outside the use of the American dollar. Hillary quote. Good grief, we're getting offended by everything these days. People can't say anything without offending somebody. My response. This is such a hypocritical statement coming from a left progressive Democrat that refuses to acknowledge the difference between a man and a woman. Hillary quote. I've never understood the division between so-called realists and so-called idealists. My response. She sure doesn't understand the difference between reality and illusion. Hillary quote. American politics is always an open competition. My response. Especially being open to cheating, lying, and being dishonest. An example is the fake Russia hoax that she paid for to conduct election interference against Trump in 2016, or by means of lawfare, or by assassinating opponents. Hillary quote. The challenge is to practice politics as the art of making what appears to be impossible, possible. My response. Achieved by any means, by cheating, lying, or by removing anyone in the way, something that the Clintons and the Democrats have been accused of. Hillary quote. I am repeating the facts, and the facts are I did not send nor did I receive material marked classified. My response. This may be actually true, however, it has become evident that many documents that she had possession of were in fact classified and had been doctored, possibly with her prior knowledge. Please like, share and subscribe.